Hello, this is a update video to let you all know what happened to the channel, why it's dead, why there's no videos anymore. So there's a few points here I've dotted down to cover, and I'm gonna just go through each one. And this is less a guilty, I'm sorry video, and more so a announcement video. Like there's a lot less of me just not wanting to talk about it, and more so me just waiting for the right time. Because this whole time I've wanted to post a video about this, but I have been in a position where if I did, it would be premature. But now that time has come where I can do that. So let's start with the first one. What happened to the channel? What happened to DMVs? Why is it dead? So I was working on home, and I was animating the fight scene between Cadillac, the vampire pony, and the two people that what's his name? Eli Rooney brought with him into the forest. The one we saw, the scene that was alluded to in the teaser I last posted about it, I think. I was animating that fight scene, and it wasn't difficult. I can't say animating SFM ever got difficult for me. But it was taking a while, and there was one really good shot I did of a bullet spinning past Cadillac's eye and close up, real good. And I love that shot, and I wanted to show everyone that shot, but it was part of all the other shots. And I ended up that ended up being the breaking point. Working on home was hard enough as it was. The first two acts were grueling to get through. You all know they had a bit of a delay on them, I was just pushing for them. And the thing is it's not that SFM got harder, it's just that I got better at it, and when I get good at something, I can't not go all out. And because I got better at it and my capabilities went up, the amount of work I had to put into everything increased. And so as you can tell, you can look at the first two acts of Home and compare them to Inner Demons, so you can tell by the lighting and the animations that a lot more work is going into it, and that work was beating on me, and the problem became not just that, it was also the regular videos, the music videos and whatnot. Those don't take nearly as long to make as an SFM video, naturally. They're just editing clips, not making them. But the issue was I came to the realization, kind of like a midlife crisis, where I was I'm not making any money doing this. I'm putting all this effort in, and nothing of it is going to pay back. Sure, people enjoy it. I've made over 500 videos that people enjoyed. I made Inner Demons and Evanescent Souls, I made a feature-length SFM thing that people enjoyed, I had already succeeded at that, and so making Home became just a chore. I had no reason to do it. There was no way forward with it. It wasn't giving me anything I hadn't already gotten. And so I dropped out of it. I stopped working on it, and every now and again I'd come back to it. I'd pull the project up thinking, hey, maybe I can do it now, maybe I'm not burnt out anymore. And every time the thoughts just came right back. I would start working on the fight scene, do a few moves, and I'd realize, I could be doing anything else right now. And so I entered a state of depression for about a year or two, where I just basically didn't do anything. And then eventually I read some books. Eventually I got to the point when I read some books, and I'm not gonna name all of them because there's a whole list, but they ended up in me starting writing my own book, my own novel. Because I got to thinking about it, I was what do people enjoy about SFM? What do they enjoy about Inner Demons and Home, and what do they enjoy about my music videos in general? What set them apart? What made derivative music videos so enjoyable for the audience? Why was it such a positive thing? And it came down to, one, the music, obviously, taste in music, that's a given. But the other thing was the stories. The other thing was the amount of intent I put into the videos, and how much more was going on than just, music video. Especially after Inner Demons, I realized that even though the writing in Inner Demons is completely bad, there's so many plot holes in that story I can't even begin. But it was a testament, it was a testament to the fact that I didn't know how to animate in SFM. You can go back and watch Evanescent Souls and Inner Demons. The animations suck. I did nothing for animating those movies, those videos, whatever you want to call them. And so why did people enjoy them? Not because of the animations, definitely. Maybe because of the scene designs, the camera work, maybe not. But I think mostly because of the way I built the characters up so that you could be attached to them. I think. It's a theory. But so I took that, and I took some experience in college with my English class and whatnot, and some other things that basically alluded to me being a writer. So I began writing a novel, and this took about a year and a half to complete. And so you know it's been about 4 to 5 years since I last posted, I think, and I think I just covered pretty much the entire gap, like 2 years of depression and then 1 to 2 years of writing, and then about half a year of dealing with getting the cover art done and getting the copyright and whatnot, getting ready to publish the novel. And so yeah, that's what happened. I left to become a writer. I left to become an author, so that I could provide what I did with Inner Demons, so that I could provide the service that I've done already with this channel, but in a way that benefits me in the end, that helps me, you know, a way that supports me in whatever I do next, so that I'm not just doing it for free, you know, so that I'm not basically digging myself into a pit. That's the first point. What happened? I just, you know, fell out, and it was pretty natural. 2, the second point, will home ever be completed? Will I ever go back to it now that I've gone off and done something else? No. I've actually deleted the entire project files. The models, the maps, everything is gone. I made sure that I could not, in any mindset, think, hey, I could just go back and work on it again now. And now that I've done this thing, I can go do it. No, I deleted everything, so I would not think about that. Because ultimately, it is a waste of my time. Ultimately, I should be writing the next story, not working on that, because that isn't gonna help me. The third thing, what happens next? I kind of already went into that, novels. So yeah, if you enjoyed my videos and the stories and whatnot, and what I brought to the table with them, if that was why you enjoyed them, then that is what's coming next, is novels. I'm not gonna be advertising every book I make here. Probably not, I don't know, depends on how well they sell, I guess. But is anything currently available is the fourth one. Is the book currently out? Is there anything you can, like, if you say, that's okay, we get that the channel's gone, could we go out now and buy your new story, see what you've done next? And yes, I'm gonna leave a link in the description probably. Yeah, so the first one is currently available, and the story is very much like Inner Demons, but also a lot not like it. Like, if you read it expecting all of the same plot twists as Inner Demons, then you're gonna be surprised, because it doesn't go the same way. And there's gonna be a part 2 coming out. I'm currently working on part 2. I'm aiming for 100,000 to 150,000 for the sequel. The first one is around 90,000 words, if you were wondering, which is in print, that's about 400 pages. So it's a thick novel. It's pretty big, and I think there's a lot to enjoy with it. So yeah, so that's currently available. The story is currently out there, at least part of it. I'm working on the sequel. It's not complete. It is a complete story. The first book is complete. There's no real loose ends at the end, aside from some obvious things left for the sake of a sequel. But the sequel is a pretty isolated story. Like, it's pretty solid. Like, this is a different story from the first one. So don't worry about getting the first one and then needing the second one. Like, you can get the first one, enjoy it, and then not need the second one. Like, the first one is pretty independent. And so the last point, do I ever expect to return to SFM even after deleting the project files for home? Like, am I ever going to go back to it after writing enough books? Is there ever a point when I'll start animating in SFM again? And once again, the answer is no. I don't believe I'm ever going to touch it again, just because of what it does to me. You know, it takes up so much energy, so much effort, and for so little. Like, I could write like maybe 3,000 words. No, definitely more than that. I could write a whole bunch of words, like thousands of words, in the time it takes me to animate just 10 minutes of an SFM vid, like just one act worth. I could write so many words, make so much progress on a novel, provide to the reading community, you know, because as we all know, there's a lot of really bad self-published books on Amazon. Like, there's a lot of like $2 books that have no substance, and I'm hoping that my books, you know, kind of help change that curve, you know, bring some actual quality to the self-published community and whatnot. But yeah, so that's all that's happened. I'm finally posting a video about it, because now I can, because if I did it before I published the book, then I'd just be saying, oh hey guys, I went off to write a book, it's not actually done yet. You know, there's a lot of like pretentiousness in a video like that when you don't actually have a book, when you can't just point in a direction and say, hey, look at that, that's what I've been doing. It's so hard to talk about. It's so hard to talk about something you don't have evidence for, that you can't look at and prove and whatnot. And so I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to post the video about something that wasn't actually done yet again, like putting out trailers for Act 3 and whatnot, you know? Promising things that will never actually happen, because even if you want them to happen, they just aren't going to happen. But in this case, it did happen. The book is published, it is available, and I can't be more glad to tell you about that fact. The fact that I have a book published. That's it for DMVs. Like, that is it for DMVs. The Rid of Music videos died about 4 years ago, and it is not reviving. This video is not a signal to say, hey, it's coming back. It's just not. I think a lot of people here have actually like grown up from being like in their teens into their adulthood in the time this channel like progressed and then died, and then to now, even like 4 years after its death, like they're still growing up. And so I think most of you are mature enough to recognize why I did what I did, you know, why everything went the way it did. Because that's essentially what happened to me with the channel, is I grew up with it. You know, I reached the point with it when I was mature enough to say, yeah, this is not a good thing for me, I need to just not do this. You know, I eventually finally gave it up. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I can't think of anything else to go over here, nothing in my list, and I hope that anyone who clicks the link and checks out the story enjoys it as much or more than they did in Demons. Like, I sincerely hope this story exceeds the expectations of what the SFM series set. Because, like I said, the SFM series story writing was the best. I was really making it up as I went when I made those stories, because I was focused more on the animating. But with a book, you know, I don't have to worry about that. There's no animating, there's no lighting, no music, nothing. You just focus entirely on what's happening. And so that leads it to having higher quality events, I believe. Hopefully. In theory. We'll see. It is worth knowing I'll read any reviews that you guys leave if you do read it. If you leave a review on Amazon on the page, I'm going to read through everything that anyone posts and then take any feedback and put it towards the sequel. Because I want to improve. Much like with this SFM, with my videos, with everything, as you know, I enjoy progression. I enjoy improvement. I enjoy doing better. Even if it ends up being a problem like it did with Home. But yeah, so that's all. And I may or may not post another video. Probably won't, but we'll see. Won't be a music video if I do. Bye.